John Kear, a man who's seen many a World Cup, I guess you're hoping the weather's going to be better than it was in 2000.
No, I have to tell you the truth, because I'm hoping that it's as unlike Tonga and Papua New Guinea and the Cook Islands as we can possibly get. I'm happy for it to be windy, for it to be raining, and let's see then the type of football that they play, because we played Papua New Guinea in 2017, and my word, that was like playing in a sauna. So it'll be good to see the flip side.
The group of death, you've landed in it. It is the media construct. How do you get through a group like this with three massive sets of men?
Yeah, well, they're obviously, you wanted to see them as in and around this event. I mean, they are big men, and they're also great athletes. And I've just been speaking to Christian Wolf, the Tongan coach, and you know, Fafita, the lad who played against France, scored 3 tests. He's 121 kilograms, and this is as fast as anything he's seen. So that's the task that we've got to handle. So the physicality of the opposition, the skill level of the opposition, and full-time players when we're mainly part-time. But I don't see that as an issue. It's just great to be in and around an elite competition. And as I said earlier, I think we've got to enjoy the life experience, and what my players have got to give is they've just got to give everything, and if they do that, I will be more than happy with what we've contributed to this World Cup.
You've got a pretty good record in cup competitions. Will you approach this a game at a time, or have you set a path that you'd like to go on?
No, we're going a game at a time, Phil. We really are. We've said that as a group. You know, our focus at the minute, we're just ignoring Papua New Guinea and Tonga and their game. We're just looking at the Cook Islands. We've got some pretty good detailed footage and information about each individual there. We will then impart that obviously to the appropriate ones within our group, and hopefully we're fully aware of what they're going to throw at us on that Wednesday. Then we're going to have a tough 5 days then before the Tongan game, and we'll have to do something similar but in a condensed manner before we've got a week between that game and then the PNG game. But at the minute we've just said, right, PNG and Tonga, we forget about them, we just look at the Cook Islands, and that's how we're focusing upon it.
And that is a winnable game. Would you be looking at that being the perfect start for you to play probably a similarly ranked nation that you could get over the top of?
Yes, I would. But they've still got some very good players, Phil. You know, I mean, we've got some NRL players who are pretty special. But I agree with you totally. You know, we can look at that and think that's a winnable game, and that's why we're looking at it one game at a time, and that's why our focus totally is on that game.
And that would represent an improvement on 2017. But again, I know that you're only building incrementally, but quarterfinals, is that realistic?
Well, it would be an improvement. We haven't won a World Cup game since 2000. So they didn't qualify in 2008 in Wales. 2013 and 17 we did, but didn't win. We got knocked out of the group stages. So a win would be an incremental game, you know, a small margin forward. And if you win that first one, you never know what it does to players' confidence and belief. So, and that's the reason, Phil, that we're just doing it one at a time. I know it's boring, it's the old Kenny Dalglish at Liverpool, but that's how we're approaching it.
And you don't mind being an underdog? It's
no,
we've never troubled you in the past?
No, we're playing that card, Phil. Believe you me, we're playing that card mighty heavily.
And 3 sets of brothers in the team, I think one of them are twins. Does that help with bonding, that everybody knows each other so well?
Well, what we did, we split all the brothers, we split up and put them with somebody else, because we feel as if obviously brothers know a lot about each other, but what they've got to do is engage and mix with and get to know the rest of the group, because obviously a tight group is obviously a tight team, and it is a team game. It doesn't matter what individuals you've got, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, and that's what we're trying to generate.
Hit-out game important for you? Did you learn a lot from playing a nation like Lebanon?
We did, yeah. It was important, both the France game in mid-season, and that was because we'd had 3 fallow years, Phil. It's been awful for international sport, never mind international rugby league, and we feel it's like been the rebirth with the France game and then this Lebanon game, and obviously what we want now is not only a rebirth but a bit of success as well, and that's what we'll be striving for.
And you're an internationalist, you always have been passionate about this should be the pinnacle of the game. Yes. Been involved with, is this your 3rd national team? It's
my 3rd national team and my 4th World Cup, yeah.
And how excited are you that we're on the verge of a World Cup?
I'm immensely excited, because this is the biggest, they're getting bigger each time, and what it happens is, Phil, will be on the newspaper headlines, We'll be the first on the agenda of the sporting, sporting press and the social media. So it's a time we've got to embrace this. And I'll tell you what I am certain of, Phil, is that the players will deliver. Because in this great sport of ours, the players always deliver when we need them to. And you're going to see some great rugby league over the next month.
And in general, the sport in Wales is back on the up. Obviously, the men's team going in championship, but the women won their European Championship at the weekend, and the wheelchair team are in the competition as well. It's on the rise at all levels.
It is, and when we've got under-16s and under-19s playing, so yeah, it is. And that's the legacy from World Cups, and we're having to do it a different way. We're having to grow our own, because gone are the days when we could get your Jonathan Davises and people like that, pick out the elite rugby union stars and offer them some money in rugby league. But now rugby union is professional as well, so you can't do that. We're having to grow and develop our own. 12 of those 24 players are Welsh born, so we're very proud of that, and we see that as the way forward in the future.